Weber from At Home Author, and I'm so excited to have you here today because I'm going to be talking about the most common marketing mistakes that children's book authors make, and more importantly, how to avoid them. But before we go any further, make sure you like and subscribe so that I can continue to make videos just like this one. Now, marketing is super important because marketing is what puts you on the map. The fact is that people cannot buy your book if they don't know it exists. And chances are you wrote your book for a reason. Maybe it was just to entertain, to educate, to represent an underrepresented group, or another reason. Maybe even a combination of all of those things. But your book isn't going to serve its purpose if no one ever sees it. So that is where marketing comes in. The first and most common mistake that I see new authors make is waiting to market until after the book is published. A lot of people think it's phase 1 and phase 2. First I make the book and then I market it. But the reality is that a book launch and how you release your book is vital to the actual success of the book itself. Many online algorithms take a look at the first week of a book's publication and use that data to determine how successful that book actually is. So if you publish your book and in that first week, nobody visits, no one leaves reviews, no one buys the book, these algorithms start thinking, I think we've got a dud here. And they deprioritize your book, which is not what we want. So what you need to start doing is don't wait to market. You need to start marketing your book long before it's published, and you need to develop a strategy to do it. If you need help with this, make sure you check the description below and check out the other YouTube videos on this channel for more really helpful content and insights into developing your own strategy. And if you want something a little bit more done for you, or you want coaching to go with it, check that description for some really great resources to help get you started or get you all the way there. Another common mistake I see is guesswork. What I mean by that is I'll take a look at a book and an author will tell me, my marketing's not working, I'm not making enough sales, and I look at the book and I ask them, well, who's your target audience? And they have no idea. Or, what is the purpose of your book? And they're not really sure. If you as the author aren't sure, nobody else is going to be either. Now, with children's books, this is actually a little bit tricky because with children's books, your target reader and your target audience, your target buyer, are a little bit different because children aren't going to be purchasing their own books. Parents and teachers, librarians, and other adults are going to be doing that for them. However, with picture books specifically, children often aren't the ones reading it themselves either. They're usually having it read to them. They're designed to be read aloud. So with children's books, it needs to have child appeal, but just as important is it needs to appeal to the adults as well. So that can definitely be a little tricky. So that common mistake of guessing is just not knowing who you're writing for, why you're writing for them, and how to reach those people. If I know who my target audience is, but I'm not doing things to reach them, or I'm not thinking about what types of things they actually want, that's just going to be a hurdle in my way. One great example is if you have a lead magnet, if you have a freebie up on your website to help grow your email list. A lot of times I'll see authors create coloring pages. The problem with that is if you're trying to attract new people, strangers, to your email list with this lead magnet, and they have not yet read your book, they aren't going to care about coloring pages with your characters because they don't know your characters. However, if you twist it, if you add a spin to either solve a problem or appeal to something they do already care about, that will make it irresistible. And that is what's going to get people to put in their email. That's what's going to enable you to grow that email list super fast and get the conversions to sales that you want as well. Just as an example, if I'm scrolling through and I see free coloring page for a character I don't know about for a book I haven't read, I'm going to keep scrolling past. It's not that important to me, not right now. But if I'm scrolling on social media or I'm looking on Google and I find 50 plus pages to entertain your toddler this summer, well, I have a toddler and boy does she need entertaining. So now that's something that I not only want, I'm really excited about. So if your book also teaches something to toddlers, that would not only attract those toddler moms like me, but it would also convert to sales. So when you think about your book, you really need to dial in who you're trying to attract, why you're trying to attract them, and get the strategy down rather than trying to guess or get anybody on your email list. Really think through your strategy. And you might even find that you have multiple target buyers. For my own musical picture books, I target music teachers and parents. But how I would sell my book to an elementary music teacher is far different than how I would talk about my book to a parent. So with your lead magnets, it's no different. With your social media ads, it's no different. You really need to think about who the buyer is, why they would want your book in the first place, and appeal to that side of them. Another super common mistake I see is spending money in the wrong places. You can go onto Fiverr or Upwork or other sites like it, and there are these packages where you can spend $5, $10, $15, $50, $100 for somebody else to post about your book in groups or to share with a bunch of people. Usually the post will say, for $50, I will share your book with 20,000 people. What's actually happening is you're paying them money for them to go into a Facebook group with 20,000 people and for them to just attach your link and call it a day. And I don't know if you've seen some of those groups that approve posts like that. They're just filled with spam. Buyers aren't there. Your target audience certainly isn't there. Discussions aren't happening. And so that is completely wasted effort and money. If instead you took that money or that effort and you started talking about your book inside Facebook groups where your target audience actually hangs out, that would lead to a lot more visibility and sales, even if the Facebook group is smaller. The same goes for social media. You are always going to have more success talking to the right people rather than just blasting to the wrong people. Now, that's just one example of where you could be spending money in the wrong place. Oftentimes, I will see authors just want sales. I just want this. I just want quick results. And so they will throw money at the problem. They will throw money at ads without a strategy. They will throw money at a virtual assistant without training them. They will just try and push and spend money to advertise a product that hasn't been optimized. What it comes down to is throwing money at the problem isn't always going to get you the results that you want. It's just as important how you spend your money as the fact that you are spending money. And truth be told, you don't actually need to spend a lot of money on marketing to have success, but it will cost you in time. With my own first successful book launch, I only had about $15 to spend for my marketing budget specifically. I'd spent thousands on producing a high quality book with, edited professionally, with great illustrations. And so I just didn't have that much funds left over. So while my budget was only $15 for marketing, I knew that didn't mean I could cut corners. So I had to invest my time and my effort. I had to spend a lot of my energy learning the things I didn't know how to do, creating a business strategy, and then implementing that business strategy consistently. So if you are struggling to market your book and you don't have a lot of funds to spare, the trade-off is that it's going to take you time and effort to not only learn, but also implement the strategy that you develop. If you need some help with your book marketing strategy, make sure you check the description below for some great resources. You might even want to consider joining our Profitable Picture Books program so you can get some support in that, both from experts and a supportive community. But we also have some great free resources like other YouTube videos, blog posts, and other things that you will find in the description below. And finally, the last common book marketing mistake I see is not spending money in the right places. So we just talked about throwing money at the problem. Another issue is trying to cut corners in the places where it matters. What it comes down to is that your book needs to be super high quality to sell, which means your book needs to be professionally edited more than once. And it needs to be professionally illustrated. If you hold your book up to a traditionally published book, if you go into a Barnes & Noble and you put your book on the shelf and it does not feel like it fits, if it feels amateur, people are not going to buy it. Because there are so many books out there. There's a lot of competition. It's a saturated market, and you need to stand out for the right reasons, which means you need to spend money in the right places. Namely, creating a very high quality product so that when you do market and you do get in front of the right people and you do combat these other common mistakes that I talked about, it automatically converts to a sale rather than that effort being wasted because people don't view it as something desirable or as something that they want or as something that looks professional. All in all, what it comes down to is that marketing is a beast. But if you take your time, if you learn everything that you can, you start marketing early and you develop a very strategic plan for your book release and for your post-publication marketing, you are going to do well and see success. If you need any more help, make sure you check out our other YouTube videos, as well as blog posts and our self-paced courses and other programs. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos just like this, and as always, I hope this has been helpful.